You control super well in this game, dude. Much better than DVD. I hope DVD dies. I hope it dies. It was never a good. It is not a well-designed game, and the developers continued to put out. I don't support. I am old enough and tired. I am so tired as the old man I am becoming with supporting developers, companies, businesses, human beings who give us poop. If a developer is shoveling crap and trying to sell it to you, just stop paying for it. I think so many problems in this world would be resolved if people realized that they are the power. That the cumulative dollars, the cumulative like value of every human being is what empowers the bullshitters who collect it to keep bullshitting us. So it doesn't matter if it's a shitty food company or a shitty gaming company or a shitty movie company. If you literally just stop supporting them, we would solve all our problems. Because we just like forfeit our collective power. I've become more radical in everything I believe simply because I'm going to die. So I might as well believe in something very strongly. And I've read interviews by scriptwriters who say this. People go to movies to feel something. Fuck everything else, bro. Fuck making me think. I want to feel. I want to be scared. I want to be happy. I want to be sad. Make me feel some shit, motherfucker. So, to that end, erotica and arousal is a feeling. It's not any better or worse than any other feeling. It's literally a feeling. So, what I've learned from the telling erotic stories is, hey, if I can make someone's dick hard, right? Which is the goal. Why can't I make someone's, like, brain sad? Why can't I make them laugh? Why can't I make them, afraid? So now my porn stories are evolving into, like, really complex things. And I think I'm going to find, I do believe this, that by moving away from the titillation, I am actually going to find greater success. Because what am I competing with? What am I competing with? If you want tits and you want pussy, the internet has no shortage of that, bro. At all. You know what it has a shortage of? Meaning. Deep stories. Things that move you. Things that are told well. Stories that have actual fucking conclusions that make sense for the journey that they take you on. You know what? That's in short ass supply, bro. But you know, tits help. Tits help. Tits always help. Plus, I'm just becoming a super radicalized dude. Like, super radicalized on things in general, on life. I've been reading some weird shit, Banana. Weird shit that really interests me. Right now I'm reading Propaganda by Edward Bernays, who was the man who created public relations in the 1920s. And it's just astounding stuff. I just like reading eye-opening shit, dude. I recently read the Communist Manifesto. That's pretty eye-opening, too. And I read something that's very powerful. You know, if you ignore that the man killed people, the Unabomber's Manifesto, Edward Ted Kaczynski. He wrote Industrial Revolution and Its Future. And it's all very, like, these are all things that are, like, smart, brilliant men.
Damn, they hadn't even woke him up.
Their solutions might be fucked up. Both communism and this guy, the Unabomber, but their observations are very keen. I don't know. The more I read this shit, the more it infuses my work. You're just too lazy? You're not the only one, Banana. Did you know children can't read? God, there's a book, The Internet and What It's Doing to Our Brains. Something like that. I forget the full title of it. I was reading it. It was saying, bro, that children today in schools, they were doing eye studies where they track their eye movements as they read books. And the way a child, a Zoomer or Alpha, whatever the fuck you want to call the next generation, when they open and read books, they don't go line by line deciphering. They actually look at a book like they look at a web page. They look for points of interest. They fucking scan it for what they want. They literally don't know how to read.
So you not wanting to read is okay, but realize that you don't want to be like those kids, and there's knowledge to be gained from reading. You know how I motivate myself to read more? This is a terrible example because today I'm playing video games, so I'm wasting time. But a big motivator I do is I've realized the internet is garbage. I have become self-aware of how much time I waste on the internet looking for something to do. I'm looking for stuff to occupy my time, and I'm hardly finding it. I've just realized it, and it works for so much. Like, I'm looking for content more than I'm finding it. It's almost the same as playing this multiplayer game without a crew. You're searching for a good game and playing like 10 bad ones. So if you really think about it, you're using more time in the search and the hunt than you are acquiring anything. So I think about that with the internet. It's so fucking true. And I realize, well, if I'm searching for shit, I'm not going to probably find it because I've not been finding it. So instead, I'm like, let me just read some fucking knowledge. Because at least there's something there. At least there's fucking deep content in that shit, you know? Back in the day when we had editors and stuff. So the books were proofread. And in general, writing a book is a big endeavor. So there's usually more thought than whatever bullshit clickbait content on YouTube.
Yo, they're fucking Russian.
Or whatever article you read on the internet, which is almost basically ChatGPT at this point. Anyway, Banana, that's what I use as my impetus to read more. Because I'm like, you know, after I read, I usually like feel smarter, interested, and engaged. Do I use AI tools for my work? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, Banana. What I'm using it for is I'm making every line voiced in my game. You'd be surprised at the amount of, one, porn games that receive Patreon money. But two, how many of the ones that are receiving like upwards of $2,000 a month and more don't have any voice acting. They literally don't have voice acting. So I'm using an AI voice cloner to have all my characters speak. And to me, that's groundbreaking. And I've yet to see other game porn makers use this technology. So I feel like I don't even feel like I'm ahead of the curve. I'm just applying what's currently available. And to me, the results are amazing. It's so much different having the character speak to you than reading the shit. So much more emotion, so much more everything. Also, I mean, I'm appealing to like people that can't read. Part of the reason I'm making the porn games is I realized that no one reads. I told you that research of like, no, you don't read. Who reads anymore? Women? I'm not. My demographic in my porn is not for women, so it's not going to work. So men don't read, and kids don't read. So I thought, you know, I have this weird analogy, but it's like I want to be a cook. I want to be a chef, right? But I realize I live in a world where everyone has their mouth sewn shut. No one eats. No one eats real food anymore. But I look around and see they all drink from straws. They all eat slurries and slurps. So I said, well, I can still be a cook, but I have to, like, you know, I have to liquefy everything for people. Totally gonna catch her. Oh, I might even kill her. If I was better, I could kill her. She's fucked. Goodbye. So anyway, the analogy, the whole point was like, you know, if my market is a bunch of visual YouTube babies, sadly, I will have more success and reach more people if I speak to them through the channels they're using, right? If you want to reach people, man, you got to be where they're at. Also, I'm a big proponent of AI tools, only because I've read two big articles. One is called Ways of Seeing by Mr. Berner, I think, Bergner. And the other one is, oh fuck, it's a complicated title. And all these books I've been reading are old as fuck. Which goes to show you that, I mean, one, knowledge is eternal almost, and humans work in cycles. We're very cyclical, like the day and the night. It argued that in every phase of new art, we fail to ask the right questions. We say, like, is AI art? And he argued that back in the day when Impressionists were doing their shit, they asked the same bullshit. They said, is this art? Is this considered art? What they weren't asking is, does this new form of art change the way our perspective of art? Is our perspectives changing? What are our values changing? Are our fucking eyeballs and interpretations changing? Not is the art changing, because the art's going to change. Is the how we perceive it transforming? And what he argued is each art movement brings about a new perception on the value of art and what is art. That is the important question. I've argued this, and that essay helped me realize that AI art isn't. It's literally changing the way we value visual imagery. It's diluted it so much. The value is no longer in a picture. The thing AI cannot replicate is meaning and connection. It can't. That's why the AI, when you look at their photos, is always a little nonsensical. Like the image doesn't make sense. It looks good, but it doesn't make sense. That's what's missing. The sense. Humans give things sense. What we get plentiful of is bullshit, just images. What we don't get and is in short supply is deep meaning. No, I mean everything's like a meme now.
Same.
A picture
I wanna
is
get really
meaningless.
comfortable with it.
At the end of it all, I realized is you take all of the elements and give it meaning. You infuse it with meaning. That's the human's job. I'd say that every piece of art has to evoke an emotion in the person seeing it, because that's what gets them invested. And now the message is more important. Anyway, I hope that made some sense. It's just some general thoughts. And the more I read of all these different works, the more, I don't know, the more determined I get that yes, this is my calling, this is my future. This is what I should be doing. It's how I can affect the world and create something, bro. Just stop consuming, man. Create some shit. That's what I was about with the YouTube, so my spirit hasn't changed. My medium's different. You see what I mean, bro. You feel me. So I'm still telling stories. I know that they're like weirder stories than obviously porn, because I'm a pervert and I always was, and I'm embracing it. Someone's got to give us the smut, right? People read the smut, someone has to write it, you know, it takes a certain someone, I'm that certain someone, motherfucker. But you get it. Yeah, don't be passive, be active.